Is a historically bullish month for Bitcoin. And as you can see in front of us, BTC has closed 8 of the last 13 Aprils in the green. Personally, I think that there's a very decent possibility that BTC climbs to new highs by the summer of 2025. It's only April 2nd as I'm recording this, but so far so good. And I'm really excited to jump into the charts today and talk about a few levels of resistance that I personally think need to be broken out of and broken above in order to make the chances of those new highs that much greater. Okay, so we're going to dive into TradingView, take a look at BTC. I will be recording a members exclusive Waves Plays video after this covering the good old Bitcoin miners, RIOT and Mara. But this one's going to be focused on BTC. Again, those levels that I believe need to be broken above in order to heighten the odds of those new ATHs. And right now, things are looking a lot more promising than they were in over the past month. March was rough, but I think that there are greener pastures here in April. March showers bring April flowers. I know it's typically April, May, but you get it. And let's hope that I'm right about that. So we're going to take a look at the charts. There are first a few very, very bullish. I don't want to say super bullish, but these are just some reminders of the fundamental momentum that Bitcoin is carrying in 2025. There has been a lot of extreme fear, not just fear, but extreme fear in the markets, ravaging the markets, not just Bitcoin, but the S&P 500 as well. Over the past few weeks, there's a lot of doom and gloom in the air. And personally, I think it's important to start this video, not with the technicals, but just a reminder of the momentum and the fundamental prospects that have made Bitcoin so appealing over the past 6 months and still apply today even more so. So this is the first one. The second one is touching on, we're not going to read too much in this one. I'll read this in the Waves Plays. I'm recording after this. But I'll just read this because this is super exciting for our holdings, RIOT and Mara. Trump's son launches new Bitcoin mining business called American Coin. Okay, we'll read through that more in the next one. But let's just read this because this is a big deal. Bitcoin could threaten dollars reserve currency status, says BlackRock's Larry Fink. Excuse me. In a letter to shareholders, the chairman of the world's largest asset manager warned about the soaring U.S. debt and the possible competition that Bitcoin poses to the U.S. dollar. If you're not familiar with BlackRock, BlackRock is the largest asset manager in the world. I think they have something close to like $13 trillion in AUM, assets under management. Go fact check that if you want to, but it's some ludicrous number that almost doesn't even make any sense. It's so large. But Larry Fink obviously has some power. If you're allocating that much capital, if you have those many or that much resources under your belt, that just you're working with that much capital, what you say and what you believe will inevitably dictate the financial markets, okay? And Larry Fink's interest in Bitcoin, the fact that BlackRock has been buying Bitcoin for the past year or so now, was in itself one of the many clues that, in my opinion, made Bitcoin an obvious asset. And this is just another bullish cherry on top. So on that note, I did record a video 2 months ago talking about how Larry Fink can actually thinks Bitcoin can go to 700K. Eventually, if we break some of these levels that I'm going to talk about once we dive into the charts, I'll probably make this public, but right now it's members exclusive. So that's just another little perk on top of the Waves Plays I'm recording after this. If you want the members exclusive video, it's only $5 a month. You can hit the join button under this video to join Waves Cap, join the Waves YouTube channel. Okay, so Bitcoin looking good, super promising. Before we talk technicals, before we talk hopeful breakouts, I do want to let you know that it means a lot if you give the video a like. And let me know in the comments below, do you think Bitcoin is likelier to break out and head to new highs, or at least see a short, some short to medium term upside, which I'll be discussing here? Or do you think we're tanking back to, I don't want to say tanking. Do you think we're falling lower to mid 70s or even lower than that? Let me know what you're thinking down below. Okay, I'm loving what I'm seeing with RIOT and Mara right now. Okay, so Bitcoin looking good. Also before, on the note of RIOT and Mara, if you guys want to know exactly how I'm trading my personal portfolio on a daily basis, if you guys want my daily flash trade newsletters, and this is my trade analysis newsletter, scroll down a little bit here, scroll down super fast so you guys can't see the options portfolio. I do, excuse me, got a frog in my throat. I do swing trade options, just to let you guys know. I don't sit on my computer and day trade. Tried that when I was a young buck. Swing trading options is personally my specialty. So if you guys are interested in what my options portfolio looks like, how I'm trading it on a daily basis, and you want these daily trade alert newsletters that I spend pretty much all my days doing aside from this and trading itself, it's the first link under the description of this video. Join the team. You get everything that $15 a month, my complete portfolio daily trade alerts. Should have this down by now. You get everything that this box here entails. $50 a month, $40 for every 3 months. Try it free. The reason I do a free trial is because I'm so confident in the product I provide. And I mean, even the regular pricing plans, I think for this, I truly believe that for the service I provide is pretty darn cheap. And I think a lot of members of WavesCap can attest to that. So as always, if you are a member of WavesCap, please show some love in the comments below, or not, just share your experience. It always helps prospective members. And if you want to join Waves Capital, if you want to know how I'm trading my portfolio and the Waves portfolio on a daily basis, again, it's the first link in the description of the video. If so, welcome to the team. If not, no worries. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's talk some Bitcoin targets, okay? Or more so, some hopeful targets following some potential breakouts. All right, as you can see here, as I'm recording this, Bitcoin up 1.5%. All right, it's been a choppy few weeks. We've been trading within this range, and right now it seems like the tide is not officially turning, but it's beginning to turn. So let's get rid of that just because that was an aesthetic thing. As I zoom out here, you can see that Bitcoin has just tested the line of absolute resistance. This is a very big deal that has been in place since the previous all-time high on January 19th, just under 110K. Okay, the fact that we're here is very bullish. But what makes me even more excited is the fact that 4-hour stochastic RSI is curling up. We're above our exponential moving average. We're seeing volume pick up, and we are currently now above all 4-hour moving averages, okay? We got 20, 50, 100, and 200 up here, okay? So let's go to daily, because this is what really gets important when you're talking about a more medium-term time horizon. And I'll explain this short-term price target a little later. But you guys can just see here the importance of this line of resistance, okay? What gives me reason to believe, or gives me hope in the idea that we can break above this level of absolute resistance? As you guys know, have that Trader Tips video that is a members exclusive as well, discussing those lines of conservative resistance and absolute resistance. I always trade off of conservative resistance, but in this case, this line of absolute resistance is what all the traders and their moms and all the technical analysts and quants out there are looking at. So this is very important. Daily RSI has broken above its exponential moving average, this white line where my cursor is hovering. That's very bullish. Nowhere near overbought levels. We're right in the middle now. We're finally getting out of those oversold levels. With one-day stochastic RSI curling upwards and volume picking up. This, in my opinion, is very, very bullish. And if we can break above this level I'm going to talk about next, I do think it's very possible that we can make our way ultimately by the end of the month up nearly 20% from where we are now at 86.4, all the way up to these lines of conservative and absolute resistance on Bitcoin's current downtrend. This is the downtrend, but this is what I would call the level of resistance on this trading range, okay? And from here, we'll definitely cross that bridge when we come to it, but I'm going to be eyeballing this 104 to like 112 region as far as the month ahead is concerned. Once again, if we can break above this level of broken support that I believe will come into play as new resistance, I do plan to take some profits from my RIOT call options position there. And that would also constitute, if we can make our way up to like 91,000 just to play it safe, that would also break above Bitcoin's 100-day moving average, and that would also be incredibly, incredibly bullish. I'm really liking what I'm seeing with Bitcoin miners right now. The market has 9 minutes left, and I do think that honestly, maybe by the time you guys are watching this, if you guys are watching this on the 3rd, 4th, by the end of the week, if you guys are watching this in later April, that's fine. But I do think that Bitcoin will see a 5% climb by the end of this week. I think that's more than possible, and that would result in some very, very exciting stuff. So I got to go keep an eye on RIOT right before the market closes. I'm excited to see what the coming days and weeks have in store. Heck, what the coming months have in store for Bitcoin. I think new all-time highs, as I alluded to in the beginning, are possible in the months ahead. May, June, sooner the better. You guys know the drill. But I'm really excited for what's ahead of us. And yeah, cheers to you guys if you're riding the waves with me. I appreciate you watching. Again, give the video a like. Appreciate you if you've made it this far. Let me know in the comments downstairs what you're thinking. And stay tuned for the waves plays I'll be recording right after I catch this closing bell. So appreciate you guys watching. Until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace, guys.